Let us start with a question. Why do we want to develop the project team? We have certain project goals, and we know the team's ability to perform has a major influence on project outcomes. Initially, your priority would be to address any existing gaps in skill level or teamwork to ensure that project objectives are not threatened. As execution progresses, you should continue to improve team's competencies and its collective ability to further enhance project performance. At the time of planning, we would have identified a few project-specific strategies for developing the project team and documented in the HR management plan, a key input to this process. Improvement in competency level, reduced attrition, better teamwork, etc. are good indicators that our team development efforts are paying off. As we execute the project, though, it is important to keep an eye on the team's performance through formal and informal assessments. If the team's performance with respect to scope, quality, time, and cost objectives are below expectations, additional training, mentoring, additional resources, and other appropriate changes may be required. Let us now take a look at how we can go about developing the team. Training and mentoring play a key role in developing competencies of the team members. Training could be scheduled as required by the project needs, or could take place as a result of observations of individual or team performance during project execution. Team building, ground rules, and rewards and recognition need a more detailed discussion, and we will do that in the later part of this module. Here is a definition of a team. Please review the definition and reflect on it. Look at some key words in the above definition. Common purpose, performance goals, and agreed working approach. You will find that these are the key aspects of a high-performing team. Could you relate this definition to your team? Is your project's vision or common purpose clear to your team? Does your team know what its performance goals are? Do they have clarity and agreement on the working approach? We will explore these aspects in the rest of this module. Can you imagine a football game without goalposts? How do you think it will look like? What would be the motivation levels of the team members? Will the players know how to work as a team? You see, a team's commitment to a common purpose and performance goals sets the tone and aspiration for the team. The performance goals must be specific and grow out of the statement of purpose. It is vital that the performance goals are challenging but realistic to keep the team motivated. Moreover, to become a team, there must be agreement on a common approach which defines how they will work together to accomplish their purpose with mutual accountability. Take a look at this picture. You may have seen this in some of your off-site activities. So much focus and so much energy in tugging at a rope? The reason is the goal and its clarity. They know one person cannot win this game. Team has to work together, and they know it very well. Performance goal is a statement or description of a goal that would answer why and what questions, but specifically avoids answering how. It is not a description of activities, it is a statement of desired results. The team is left with the full authority to answer how and implement it. This concept is essential for setting the initial boundaries of self-organization. By defining what and why, the team is left free to be creative about the solution. This process of co-creation and involvement of the team in planning creates a sense of ownership towards the achievement of the performance goals. It is the role of the leader to set the tone for a highly enthusiastic team. Project managers need to be motivated and energized first for the team to catch it. Remember, if a project manager is dull and uninterested, team catches that too. Team spirit can be nurtured with offsite and other informal activities. With teams distributed across multiple locations, you might plan to bring them together periodically for such activities. Having said that, it is critical that the team stays focused on performance goals and results. The hunger for performance is far more important to team success than team building exercises, special incentives, or team leaders with ideal profiles. I presume we all understand one thing. Just assigning people to the same project does not mean team building is over. It is actually the beginning. A newly formed team usually goes through multiple stages of development. Forming is the first stage when a team comes together to learn about the project and understand what each other's role is. At this stage, team members tend to work independent of each other. As the team starts to work together, they may find it difficult to collaborate with each other because of disagreements. We call this the storming phase, which can adversely impact project objectives. Over a period of time, norms evolve and the team members learn to work with and support each other. During this norming phase, trust among the team members also improves. In the next stage called performing, team really starts to collaborate effectively and is able to recognize their interdependencies to achieve project objectives. Lastly, adjourning stage is when team members get released to move on to other projects. Now, the duration of each stage could vary from team to team, and it is the role of the project manager to navigate the team through these stages for greater performance. When there are significant changes to the project environment or team composition, team may have to start all over again. Establishing ground rules is an important step in developing a common understanding of behavior and expectations among the team members. Team's commitment to these ground rules reduces misunderstandings and conflicts. These ground rules are discussed and agreed upon by all the team members. For these norms to work well, responsibility for enforcing the agreed norms is with every team member. When a team is performing, it behaves like an orchestra. Everyone knows their part and they trust the others to play their part. And the result, when facilitated by the conductor, is a fantastic symphony. Wouldn't you like your team to perform like an orchestra? Let's take a moment to think about what we mean by recognition. It is an acknowledgement of the right kind of performance or behavior. It may be a timely word of appreciation, or an additional financial reward, or a promotion. Or it may be an opportunity to work with new technology or connect with on-site users. It is important to recognize the right things that will support the project's performance objectives. I remember a project where we had crazy deadlines. In our weekly team meetings, I recognized developers who were able to complete the development on time. Even during integration testing, the only objective was to somehow release to testing team on time. Guess what happened? Testing team came back with a large number of defects and inconsistencies within various parts of the system, throwing the schedule way off. We realized that people had unconsciously compromised quality while focusing on timeliness. What do you think caused all that rework? While we should have had better controls on quality, ineffective recognition system was a major factor. Be careful what you recognize because what you recognize gets done. In my view, it is more important to be timely with your recognition than the quantum. We often tend to delay the recognition, waiting for the opportune moment or the right kind of reward. While both individual and team recognition are important, team-based awards can actually be far more powerful. Individuals then know that supporting each other to get the team to achieve is what will win them the recognition. When you design rewards for individuals, it is important to make sure that everyone has an equal chance to achieve the performance levels required to get that reward. For example, if you give a challenging task to one individual and reward that individual for completing that task, would that be fair? Other team members are likely to feel that they did not have the same opportunity. Such one-off rewards are probably fine, but if your reward system favors a few by design, it will surely damage the team's morale. Next question is, how often should you recognize people? It is important to appreciate good work all the time. Having said that, you may not have a formal recognition every day. At the same time, you do not want to reward on completion of the project only. You can choose a frequency that would help you reinforce positive messages and promote the right behavior that will enable the team to achieve desired results. It is critical to be genuine in your recognition. For example, if you have a team member of the month and everyone gets it by rotation, the recognition would become more of an entitlement and be completely ineffective. Another tendency of managers is to reward a team member as a consolation prize. Let's say there are two contenders for a promotion. Would you recognize someone with a cash award because you plan to promote the other? I've heard team members dejectedly say, "I got this recognition, looks like no promotion this year." Moral of the story? Always be genuine in your recognition. In summary, as a manager, you can use the rewards and recognition system to make people valued and drive behavior that lead to a high-performing team.